Is the COVID that period of time, especially those first, let's say, 6 months to a year, was that the most challenging period of your career within the sector?
Uh, yes and no. Yes, because there was new challenges and new problem to solve. But I would say that the first 3 years of Nolinor Aviation, from 1999 to 1992, this company was very seasonal. You know, only 2 months
Yeah.
opening during the year. There was no structures. There was no real process in place, and everything had to build up from scratch. So those first few years were quite a challenge. I mean, I was working 7 days a week. Many people were working around the clock to make it happen. And over the time, we were able to hire more people, improve the company, improve the process. And, today, if anybody wanted to start what we're doing today, I could not even imagine the size of the challenge. But we were able to build that company over time
Yeah.
and improve it year after year. And, it's a good success story so far.
I want to get into actually some of your fleet. You've got the 737-200s, and then you've got some newer ones as well. So I want to get into all this, but just before, I want to stay on this for a little bit. Is just because you've been with, it's been this long in the industry, what is sort of your favorite part of the business? Is it putting systems in place? Is it managing teams? Is it figuring out the next place to invest and focus on? What sort of stands out to you as like the fun part of the day to day?
I guess everybody has a different fun part. My fun part is innovation. Coming down with trying to put some different process in place or something new. For example, last year we have a safety management system. Nolinor Aviation was the first airline to be certified by Transport Canada with that type of system. And last year we did the integration of to AI within our system to speed up the process and make it possible for us to get to the real value of those reports and put more efficiency and proactive measure in place for safety. So in the past, for example, it used to take between 4 to 6 hours to process a safety report, and now we're down to an hour to 2 hours. And so it gives us more time to actually put in place the changes that are needed to improve the level of safety. And innovation is always my big drive. It's the thing I'm looking for to sometimes get out of this aviation industry and go see other market what they're doing and how they're solving issues and see if there's not something new that we can bring into our market. And that's what keeps me more going in the morning.
So do you like the whole process, the R&D, the finding, like you said, about going to other industries? Do you like that nitty gritty part where it's like, you start to think, oh, maybe this isn't going to work?
Less and less. I tried to, over the years, I learned the value of giving people in the team new challenges and supporting them. So I'm less frontline than I used to be, but I have the perspective to be able to challenge them and ask more of them. And but I'm more into the concept and less into the execution. And I'm not sad about that. I've been there. I've done it for many years, and I'm happy to give my place to somebody else to do it. So.
Yeah, it's a different animal digging into those types of things when you're actually like trying to see through the weeds and see what you actually can accomplish with something.
That's right.
Okay, I want to get into your fleet. You've got I don't know aviation very well, so I'm going to have to get you to sort of walk me through it. But the
right.
737, is it 737-200? How do you actually say it?
Well, we call it a 200, but it's a 737-200. It's manufactured by Boeing 2 years ago. And what's fun with the 200 is that it's the only jet by Boeing that can land on gravel. So a gravel runway, which is the most common type of runway that you will find in the north in Canada, are fairly common, and most people are using turboprops to use them. But the edge of the 200 is that we have more payload. It's a faster aircraft, and it makes it possible to do a round trip within the same day. Otherwise, we'd have to sleep over and come back the following day. So it's faster than a turboprop, and it makes it possible. Also, it's a very versatile aircraft. I mean, we have over 8 different configurations on the aircraft. Could be full cargo to full passenger. could be a combi, a mix of cargo and passenger, and we can even do some bulk fuel. So it's like a Swiss knife, you know. It has
Right.
many function. It's very flexible, and it has huge cargo door on the side. So we have 7 of those, 6 currently in operation. When we started the pandemic, we retired 2 aircraft because the volume was not there anymore. But we brought one back a few months ago, and we are planning to bring back an older one probably at the end of the year or next year, depending on the volume. But it's the best aircraft to service those mine companies that have different needs. I mean, when you work for a mining company, their needs are changing on a weekly basis and seasonal basis. So if you have an aircraft that is capable of answering all those needs, then it costs less for training and parts and so on. So it is a pretty good aircraft, and it's pretty hard to beat. For example, today we had a meeting with the people at the R&D division of Boeing, trying to look out exactly what they are working on and trying to understand how their project might be useful for the Dart. And you know, it's not a big secret that it's going to be a hard process to replace this type of aircraft, because it is in its sense almost perfect. So.